Does the fact that Javi Morales is having a press meeting in a few hours make you rush the announcement of the renewal of Jeff Cassar at all?
No, not at all. I didn't even know Javi was having one until yesterday. Uh, uh, I, the, his press conference has very little to do with the steps we're taking. I fully support his press conference. You will never hear me say a bad word about Javi. I have an amazing amount of respect for him, everything he's done for the organization. I think there's still some conversations that could be had, and I'm as interested as you guys to see what he says today. But from an organizational standpoint, I mean, this is a legend of our club and someone that should be honored, and we will do everything in our power to honor him the right way, according to what his wishes are and the next steps for him. But no, we're not as dynamic as you give us credit for. We don't really time announcements to try and jump on another one or sidestep anything. We time them according to when we make the decisions.
But the question is, he go out or you go out?
I'm sorry?
The question is, the decision for out of the club for Javi is for him or is for you?
I don't think that decision's been made final yet. I read what, we had a meeting last week, and it unfortunately didn't go exactly as scripted. Every meeting ends with handshakes and hugs, but there's some very difficult conversations that are had, and I think Javi's a class act. I think Javi will let us know today what his intentions are, and we will fully support whatever they are. And until we know, we don't know.
Greg, how does Javi's possible departure change the landscape of this club's offseason?
Well, you have to replace him. I mean, there's the obvious. If Javi's on his way out, then we need to replace him. But sports are an interesting dynamic. There's everyone, fans, players, myself included. When I played, everyone kind of wants the same fairy tale ending, and it doesn't always work out that way for players or club. And I'm not speculating on anything, but if the decision is best for both parties to move on, then we evolve as a club. We look for the next player. I mean, this is not abnormal to any sports team, any sports franchise in the world. There are players that retire and stay a part of each organization. There are players that move on and play elsewhere. There are players that retire and don't choose to stay on with organizations. I think the conversations last week were, as you'd expect, they were pretty emotional. They were very difficult conversations in terms of potential role, and for that we kind of wait with the respect and obviously the admiration that we have for Javi for his decision, and then we go from there. But I mean, the players graduate, players move on, players retire, players get released, they get injured. This happens in sports. And as an organization, you honor players as best you can if they are indeed on their way out, and then you go find the next one for your fans to fall in love with. And the challenge is simply that, redefining, if we need to, redefining who we are and our identity. And I think we have a great core of really promising and talented young guys that our fans deserve the opportunity to fall in love with as well.
What kind of contract was Javi offered?
What kind of contract was Javi offered? The discussions didn't get there. We never got into specific contract discussion. Simply put, there's many conversations that happen before you ever get to contract discussions in terms of expectations, both from club and player, and before. Maybe I don't know if this makes me different. I hope it doesn't, but I think before you even get to a contract discussion, there's many discussions in terms of role and expectations that a player has for the club as well as the club has for the player. And so there were no specifics ever discussed in terms of numbers. Those conversations could be upcoming. We'll find out kind of where we sit today. And again, you know, it's full support. This is a guy who deserves every bit of support that we have to offer him, and every ounce of enjoyment that he's given us needs to be reciprocated in respect.
What exactly happened with Javi Morales? Because it seems that it got out of control with you guys.
I'm not sure what you're asking. Can you be a little more specific?
Yeah, like Javi Morales is no longer with the team. Is there any chance you can still fix the situation? It is not fixable. What exactly happened?
Oh no, you're trying to make a story out of something that doesn't exist. You're trying to create a story. I'm not going there. I mean, you're talking about fixing something that I mean, that we're not going there.
We don't have more details. That's why we would like to know what really happened with Javi Morales. That's why I'm asking.
Well, there's conversations. We meet with every player at the end of the season. 28 player meetings. I'm not going to share any of the notes from any of those with you. Those are conversations between the club and the player. We will continue to support him as best we can in his decisions and his desire.
Well, I had another question, but since we're on this topic, does it come down to his role in the club as far as minutes, starting, coming off the bench? Is that more where the discussion and maybe difference of opinion lies?
I think the role is probably, you know, however you interpret that when I say it. I think roles are what define every conversation between not only coaches and players, myself and coaches, myself and ownership. It's all about our roles and responsibilities and whether or not we feel they fit exactly what we believe we're capable of. We never got in depth into that piece of the conversation, so I think it's pure speculation to kind of mislead you guys, and I just won't do it.
Jeff, as currently constituted, do you feel like there's a player on this roster that can replace Javi's position full-time next season?
Listen, I think we've had, it's a great question, Chris. We've had some successful games with Javi out of the lineup, and then we've also not. You know, I think if you look back at the players that have played in there, it's been Luke Mulholland, Jordan Allen has played in there as well. Omar Holness has played in there as well. It's a difficult position. It's especially a difficult position for a younger man. Usually that's a field general. It's somebody that dictates the game, whether it needs to be sped up or slowed down, final passes, you know, the list goes on. But what we have seen is we can be successful with a different look in there. But that's exactly what it is. It's a different look. I think right now, we don't have anybody on our roster that can play that position like Javi did. He's a special player, and he played the game and sees the game like not a lot of people in our league have. So to go out and find that takes work. It takes a lot of scouting. But that type of player isn't on our roster. But that doesn't mean we don't have a player that can play that position, be successful, do it well, and at the end of the day, have the team be successful.
I have a lot of long answers, but this one I can answer short as well. We have players capable of being in there, but we don't have the answer on our roster as of today.